Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. You're here with Diva. I hope you're all safe and healthy in this time. So today's video card reading is me is about what your person did. Whatever it was. It could be I looked at you or I reacted to your stimulation. So it could definitely be different ways. This is free for all. Okay, so you reacted somehow as if like you stimulated this person, or they stimulated you, and you want to know one way or the other if it was intentionally done or if it was a coincidence, it was an accident, I was aware or I was not aware. Because sometimes there are certain body languages or scenarios that might happen that could definitely be consciously done, as it could definitely be unconscious on one end. Okay, and one perception doesn't meet or connect with the other. So just remember that we don't know who our person is. Okay, I don't know who you are either. I don't know who they are either. I don't know what the scenario is. I'm just going to be creating a Celtic spread with the fate element that perhaps whoever clicked on this video and seeked or was drawn to a specific pile could be your perception of the situation and gives you enlightenment, or can give you an idea of what you might seem like. Okay, or it could be the other way around. So it could be a play of perception, but I say trust yourself. You know yourself better. And sometimes it's there are certain things that you were perhaps not conscious was happening, or your behavior was motivating or emphasizing on something which might not have been your overall intention. Sometimes it is your intention, sometimes it's really not, or gave off that intention, but it was really not what you meant. So there's many ways you can look at this. So it's more, the question is, your person, were they aware and they did it consciously? There was a reason why they did it. Or were they really not aware, and why was it not aware? Or it's a personality type, it's a person that's not 100% awake. It's like based on reflection. When I'm saying awake, it doesn't mean that I'm like stupid. No, that's not what I mean. When I'm saying awake, it's like awareness. Was I aware? Okay, or was I focused on something else? Did somebody else need my attention? I'm a single mom. Did my child? It's like, it could be many ways, guys. Okay, I'm just having faith, whoever it is. Okay, it could be romantic, it doesn't need to be. Okay, so the question mostly is, was it consciously done with an intention, or the initial intention, let's say, or was it an accident altogether? Did he do it accidentally? Did he touch you accidentally? Did he go in that narrow pathway accidentally? Okay, where you're working, there's many scenarios. Or did she do it accidentally because she wanted your attention? Could be many ways, guys. Okay, you never know. Okay, eye contact wise, it could be that way. Smiling wise, it could be that way, as if like my smile, was it for you, or was I having a good day? That day. And it's just me being in a very lovable vibration because I'm feeling very good that day. So it could be connected with you, or it doesn't need to. It's me emanating a certain love vibration, and you're feeling the love, but you're taking it to you only. I might have loved you, but the love was more universal or unconditional. Bob Sinclair type of thing. Okay, so I don't know why I use Bob Sinclair most of the time, but that man for me is more like I love the world and I love people, and I just kind of emanate good vibration, good vibes overall. Okay, overall. So that's it. So choose with your intuition. You have pile 1, which is the Wild Unknown Tarot. Pile 2, which is the Golden Universal Tarot. Pile 3, which is the Night Sun. Pile 4 is the, I was going to say the Strength card, but it's the Strength card overall, but it's Tarot de Marseille. And then you have pile 5, which is Fountain Tarot. I'm definitely going to try going, when I'm reading, the intention is more, I'm reading from my perspective. So your person, whoever they are, I'm going to try and embody it. Sometimes it could be your vibration, or you guys mirror each other too. Okay, certain pathways you mirror each other. Doesn't mean that you're similar. Okay, there are similarities, but it's a different person, it's a different sex, it's a same-sex situation, or it's a different person overall. Unless it's from the same family, that's a different story if we're going specific vibrations, which could be incestual or not, or it's a cousin, or it's like a cousin's cousin or something of the sort. It could be, but it's still a different person. Okay, so just be conscious of those. So remember, I'm just a tarot reader, and I'm a human being. Okay, if I'm triggering you, I do apologize. It's not meant to be. And take it as a grain of salt, okay? It's for fun at the end of the day. If it kind of wakes you up to certain stuff, take it. If it's triggering you, it's more negative vibrations, just, you know, walk your way, baby. Do you, okay? So it's just walk the other way. You don't need to deal with me. I don't want you to deal with me overall, okay? So for some of you, I've already started with the Two of Cups as below the deck, and I saw it. So it's kind of like want it or not. Welcome to the Wild Unknown Tarot. You'll find no wrongs or rights inside this box, only mirrors for reflection. Open your mind, draw a card, and have fun on your journey. So we're going to not draw just one card. We're going to draw a Celtic spread, 6-carded Celtic spread, to kind of just see what the answer in the form of reflection will be for some of you. Okay? So you can observe me shuffle, as you can definitely fast forward in time. I will not be giving any clarifiers. I might channel certain stuff, but then again, my channeling is for some people, okay? If I don't say certain things and it doesn't conflict with you, then still, if you chose this pile, listen to it overall, okay? If you were drawn to doing it. If it's triggers, you can definitely click off. That's the number one reaction I wish people were to do. Compose yourself. If you want to give me a try again, then just kind of don't get triggered. It's so easy to say, but I know it's not easy to do. So look at me as if I don't know what I'm talking about, okay? And if I'm hurting you, I'm going in my own judgment or my own discernment. I'm kind of saying this is a player, this is not a player, you're the player here, etc. It's like, don't go in your ego with me, okay? Like, I'm a human being, I have scars, I have my own judgment, and it's like, I'm convinced of these things, but then again, I know life has many possibilities, which I'm not awakened to yet, okay? So don't get hurt when I say certain stuff about you. It could be you are this way, and I'm kind of channeling about you, or both of you are this way, or they are like this. But then again, I'm not trying to insult your person. I'm not trying to insult you either. Might seem insulting, and I'm kind of looking bold and shameless there, but then again, this is who I am, okay? I know I'm getting out of my comfort zone, okay? And I would wish still to kind of have the courage to say this to your face, and you like me still, even if I say it to your face, okay? I want to be loved, okay? It's not that I don't want to be, for some of you out there. I'm a human being anyways, okay? Definitely. So, give me the benefit of the doubt as I try to get out of my comfort zone. And I always give the benefit of the doubt, even if I state facts here, okay? So, just to that, guys, okay? That's it. So, after having this little conversation with you, one-sided, basically, what was happening to me at that time, okay? Either you stimulated me or you didn't stimulate me. Did I do it consciously or unconsciously? So this one, you have the 10 of Swords with the Ace of Cups. An upright situation, this one, upright. My challenge connected to you. It's always connected to you. This one, I'm connecting the person with you, okay? You have the 6 of Cups energy. The reason why, the Empress card, with the 2 of Swords, upright again. One more. and the Five of Cups. So this one, your person, I don't know where I stand with you, this one. I don't know where I stand with you. Could be connected with you as if like if you stimulated me or I stimulated you. Either I did it. Like there's the awkwardness, this one. This one, I'm awkward. I am awkward. I want to show you that I like you, but then again, I don't perhaps have the confidence to kind of go all the way. As if like you might be out of my league. I'm looking at you as if you're out of my league, or I'm looking at you as if you're too good for me, or I'm not good enough for you, or I have a certain way I see myself, as if like I'm not loved, or people don't love my character. I'm always the outcast here. You have Mother of Cups energy. With the Chariot. Okay, it's a very upright card. Okay, so I'm acting on a physical level. Okay, I'm acting. You're whatever expressions I've had on my face is a very what's happening. I can't say inside. Okay, so Daughter of Wands, Eight of Swords, Six of Swords, and you have the Nine of was it intentional? Well, the main situation here was that it became a shit show with the... It's like me offering you my love became a shit show. Or became something that I felt judged for. Be it you judged me for doing this. People judge me to be doing this. That could not be connected with you. But overall, my expression here is more like I'm being ostracized for offering you my love. This is what's happening. So did I do it intentionally? The reason why it's this way, you have the Five of Cups, you have the Two of Swords, and you have the freaking Empress. Upright. So, I know I deserve love, okay? So, people who are ostracized or they're comfortable being solitude, loneliness, or you see me hanging alone most of the time. You see me hanging at a bookstore. I'm more literal this one, or I'm more used to being alone because there are people that don't welcome me, or I have a way of saying, okay, because you don't love me, I'll just kind of fuck off kind of thing. This one is that way. I know, okay, it's not a self-esteem issue, this one. The person is more stronger than what people... Norm or society wise, this is a more ostracized energy. Okay, people don't like me, or people have a tendency to kind of underestimate me, and I might underestimate myself, but I know that, okay, it's a more not dual in nature, because there's like major arcanas are really strong cards, and there's like the Five of Cups with the Two of Swords on the side. In the middle section also, I have the Mother of Cups and I have the Chariot for my energy. And then in the near future, you have like the High Priestess, which is inside me. This is who I am. And then you also have Mother of Wands. So I'm more confident in myself than I seem. But I'm more ostracized in a society kind of thing, or I'm kind of believing or assuming that people don't like me, or the fact that I'm seeing myself with you, or I'm seeing as being a potential of yours, or I'm wishing to kind of have your love, being judged, as if like it was a hustle for me to show you that I liked you. It could be society-wise, or it could just simply be it's a hustle for me to show you that I love you. Why so? Is because I look at myself as if I'm a good catch. I am a good catch overall. I showcase that. But the reason why I did this, the reason why it's like a hustling element of showing you my love, is that there's something I didn't know, or there's something sad about the timing. The timing was not right, perhaps. It was not a good time for me to do it. Because for some it's funeral vibration I'm channeling. Knock on wood, definitely it's funeral, or it's like you're sad, or there's like an element of depressiveness in the whole vibe, society wise or norm wise, or the group dynamic was depressive a bit, or something of the sort, or you were sad, or I was sad. But I'm not sad necessarily. This is all on a physical level. Was it consciously done or was it not? Okay, did I do this? Okay, it's more genuine than it appears. Perhaps from your perspective, it's more genuine. I'm genuine though. But there's something I was not aware of, and it's like a missed opportunity, or there's an element of depressiveness or pessimism, which I'm not aware of. But then again, I'm kind of, the major arcana is that I exude beauty. I exude lovable vibrations, okay? It's not that I don't exude it. I know that I am lovable, even though I'm ostracized, or you see me as if like I'm the one that ostracizes myself. I isolate myself, but then again, I stand there beautifully, okay? Like a male or female. I have that librarian look to me, perhaps, the type that likes to kind of sit down and drink coffee and then read a book or something of the sort, but this one, whatever happened, it's more that I do it well, look, it's either I'm judging myself for the fact that I'm kind of like putting the action of showing you my love. I'm judging myself. So that's the expression perhaps that you want to know. It's like, was I judging you or was I judging myself? I was judging myself for showing you that I liked you. Why? So it's because I am lovable and I am a good catch. Overall, I consider myself a good catch. It's not that I'm not a good catch for you, but perhaps society sees me as not a good catch for you, or you see me as if I'm out of your league. But then again, I'm kind of waking up to not receiving your love, perhaps. But then again, I'm kind of confident in the fact that I love you. So it's more like I'm showing you my honest truth. From the pessimistic horse here, I'm becoming more like to your face, saying it like, it's like, it could be like, in this scenario, it could be bad thing for me to show you that I love you, as if you don't allow me to love you or something of the sort. But then again, it's like, I felt judged for showing you my love. So overall, it's like I showed you love, but then again, you judged me for it, or I judged myself for showing you the love. The reason why is that was because I was unaware of something pessimistic, or I was unaware that I can't be free with you. I can't be changeable, or I can't have this new beginning, perhaps, because it's like I'm offering you my love, but then again, you're rejecting it to me. But I'm a good catch overall, okay? My challenge with the Six of Cups is to kind of establish a connection, which you establish a relationship, establish friendship, this one. But in the initial energy, whatever I kind of felt is that perhaps I wanted to give up, or you wanted to give up, basically. Okay? And in the middle section with the Mother of Cups and the Chariot, it's more like there's an element of I'm accepting, or you accepted my cup of love, or I'm realizing that I am loved by you. Okay, there could be third party, and the third party could be society here, friends of friends, or like not genuine friends, because sometimes there are not fake friends. Fake friends, okay? For appearance sake, they're your friend, but they're not really your friend. That kind of the situation. As if like you have friends, but they're there for laughing sake. As if like they're laughing on you, but they're not aware they're the laughing stock. They're this one. Either there's a third audience, perhaps, that's kind of more degrading nature, or they're more ego-driven. Overall, ego-driven. They kind of don't see what they're doing. They're not the people who have a tendency to kind of project themselves on you, but then again, they're the ones that are kind of like not being the good friend, the loyal friend, the humble friend. Okay, they're underestimating you all the time, basically. Or your friend, or the person you like, perhaps. They might not like that person also. So fake friends here. But let's not say fake friends. They're all people. They just don't know what they're doing. Karma is going to teach them in their life, basically. You just kind of say karma is a bitch that way and just kind of walk on your way. So this one with the Mother of Cups overall is that there's an element of acceptance. So you're accepting my cup of love, or I'm being accepted, or there's a girlfriend here, or there's another person, but I'm not sensing there's a third person here. Unless there is, you will know. Okay, so it's more like perhaps the situation here is the fact that I didn't know you had a girlfriend or a wife or a husband or something of the sort, and it's like my emotions got shattered. That's where I was judged for showing you my love, because you were already taken and I had no idea about it. Could be that way too. I had no idea you were married, but I fancied you, but I had no idea you had a ring or you were taken already. You're serious about this person, but your person is definitely like showing herself to me. So if I'm a female, I tried kind of show you that I liked you because I'm lovable and I want to be loved back. But the whole situation of the judgment with the Ten of Swords is because I didn't see something. I didn't know that it was a missed opportunity, or I didn't know that you were free for me. You're not a free man or a free woman, basically. I didn't know that at the time. Yo. But anyways, basically, it could happen, this one. This one, it's not, it's doable. So once your girlfriend basically said that you're his boyfriend, or it's like your boyfriend said that it's your girlfriend, or it's guy, girl, whichever sexuality orientation you want to go at, you're already taken. So that's where it's more like, I kind of like with the High Priestess, there's an element of tiger energy. It's more like inner knowing that I still deserve love. So it's more like heal myself overall, because snakes are healing vibrations. And then you have the Ace of Wands, so it's more like offer my love to somebody else, perhaps, because I got the closure there. So was it an accident? No, I genuinely liked you, this one. I just had no idea you were taken. I had no idea you were already taken. So it's more that vibration of like, I felt judged for showing you my love, basically. Or people judge me for showing you my love. But then again, I know what my worth is. It's just that it's like society just has a way of kind of like making decisions for me, which in their headspace is doable. But then again, they're underestimating me. This one. Or you're underestimating me overall. You thought that I was not genuine type. I was just gonna fuck with you or something of the sort. But then again, this one is more genuine than it seems, okay? It's not sex driven that much. And it has more of a humble vibration. So was it intentionally? Well, I did some part. I said that I liked you consciously, but I just felt like I was being judged for saying that. So I just kind of retreated, and then it's like I said that it's like I need to find somebody else to love because the person I love is not available. And people are judging me for liking him or her, so it's more like liking you or her, okay? Like, it's just there's a lot of like ego-driven third parties, so it's a lot of egoistic vibration dynamic. As if like people underestimate them, you might have underestimated them, or people underestimate both of you. You have a girlfriend and your girlfriend's there, or you have somebody, or you mention it yourself to my face that it's like you already have a person you love, or you already have a wife or a husband, or I see the ring in your finger, perhaps. It could be that way too. I saw it, but then again, it was too late for me to kind of like wake up to the fact of, oh shit, there's a ring on your finger. It's a bit that way, this one. This one is that way. Or you have another possibility, which I channeled right now. It's more like, it's like I wanted to give up on you, perhaps, because there's a lot of judgment. And I know I'm like a precious person. I see okay, this one, it's more if I ostracize myself, you know, I isolate, I don't talk that much. I'm more like silent person, or I'm more introverted, but it doesn't need to be introvert. I'm more like library books or stuff that it's more like solo. I do it solo. It's more like I knew my emotions for you, but I know that you're kind of like the egoistic type, perhaps. I'm assuming you might kind of look at me as if I'm out of your league, or you're out of my league. That's the other way I'm gonna say. You kind of think that you're out of my league, which I don't agree with, because I look at myself as if I'm a precious person. So I love myself regardless if you love me or not. Overall, it's just that my love, I want it to be strong enough to kind of show you that I genuinely like you. But then again, I got judged by you. So the main situation here was more like I genuinely came to approach and say that I liked you, or my actions showed you that I loved you, or the main situation is that there is genuine love here. It was not necessarily accidental. It's just that the person didn't know. It was unaware that there's a third party, unaware that there's it was gonna be a missed opportunity. I was unaware that you were gonna reject me, or I was unaware of the fact that you consider me out of your league, or you consider me like you're out of my league. Okay, so it's either I'm out of your league or you're out of my league, or both of us are mirroring that element of like judging each other, or society is judging us a specific way. My friends are telling me I'm too good for you. Your friends are telling you that this girl is not to your caliber. So it could be that way as it could not be. I don't know. It could be girl, guy, or like opposite sex, and it's like girls or guys around are all kind of like aware that there's something here, or aware that I like you overall. It's just that perhaps there's a lot of judgment. So this one, I was unaware that perhaps people were gossiping about us, or my emotions connect to you, and it started off very pessimistic already. So it's an accident that you heard? No, it's not, because it's genuine, but it's just that there's a lot of people judging the person or the hard work that I'm putting here. There's an element of I put the hard work, or I'm hardworking type of person, but there's a love connected to it. So, but there's judgment there too, as if like people judge me. Kind of, you know that feeling when, let's say, I'll just go very baby. It doesn't need to be romantic. You can switch the vibration connected to business or something of the sort. It could be like favoritism or something of the sort, as people underestimate this person. And they didn't give the person a try, though. They underestimate because they're all selfish and narcissistic a bit. they want to show people they're the one shining, but then again, they take other people's credits. It's that kind of vicious circle, this one, it could be. So let us say, what was I gonna say? Bear with me. So let's say I fucking forgot. Like, I like you, okay? And I know I'm the hardworking type, and I'm a lovable person, and I don't play with people in general. And people underestimate me because they're all ego driven, and I don't know my worth connected to other people, society. But then again, your person knows their worth. Now, when it comes to you, is that I'm saying to my friends that I like you, okay? But I'm not aware my friends are going around gossiping about me liking you, and my friends degrading me when they're mentioning that. As if like I have girlfriends, let's say, and I told this girl that I like this guy, okay? I like you and you're the guy here. Or I'm the guy here and I'm saying I like this girl, okay? My guy friends are very egoistic, okay? Like they're kind of like, they like to kind of degrade other people around them so that they can look like the sexy type, okay? But they're not aware that they're kind of like looking like the loser there. But it's still okay. So what I'm doing is that I'm kind of like not keeping it a secret. I'm kind of trying to help my friend, but then again, my egoistic tendencies just can't like stay calm. So what I'm doing is I'm coming to you, or I'm going to other people who are close to you, and I'm telling them, look, this girl or this guy has a crush on you, or this guy, okay? So I know man, okay. Basically, what I'm doing is that I'm degrading the girl or the guy that genuinely likes you, because I underestimate that person. That person is a pushover for me. I look at that guy or that girl as if like they're not normal. They're not loved by society. And even if you were to genuinely like this person, I'm gonna word-wise say, to kind of boost your ego that you like me, tell you that, look, there's this girl, she's you know, not to your caliber, let's say. She's not hot as you are, she's not a hot shot like you are, she's not cool like you are or I am. I'm cooler than her or him, okay? And this girl has a crush on you. So it's more like playing with your person's, whoever I am here, I'm reading for you, the great integrity. But it's like I'm kind of genuinely liking you, but it's coming to you as if like it's like I'm a person that's low for you, you're too high for me, and basically it's like I didn't know this was happening. So it's more that way, the scenario, this one is that things happened without me knowing, perhaps, that I was degraded by my friends, because I consider those people my friends, but I'm not perhaps aware of it, that they're this low. Oh my god, I was not aware of the fact that my friends were this low. This shadowy energy, okay? It's not that they're low in general, it's just that they're just they're insecure, but they're not aware they're insecure. This one. My friends or society or people that we kind of go into inner circle has a tendency to degrade us or degrade me overall, whoever I am. But then again, doesn't mean that I'm degradable, and doesn't mean that I'm a stupid person, and doesn't mean that I'm out of your league either. Or you're out of my league. It doesn't mean anything to me, this one. This one, it's more like I'm kind of, it's like, you're not available, I'm not going to play with you, but I genuinely liked you. But then again, I got, like, it was a shit show connected to me, like, liking you, this one. It's either people are laughing at me, and I'm aware that they're laughing at me, and you're there. It's a very humiliating situation, this one. This is a very humiliating situation. it's humiliating overall. But then again, people do things that's ununderstandable, but then again, you can understand them if you kind of really look at their insecurities as people. They are cool, they're the cool gang, or the cool kid, or it's like, I could definitely be a girl for a girl, as if like, I'm the girl, I told to another girl, this girl is underestimating me, okay, and she's kind of coming to you and telling you that I'm like low to your caliber, but I like you, so it's like, be nice to this girl kind of thing. But it's like, what are you trying to do for me? It's like, or it could be a guy. I could be a girl and this is a guy who knows about it, and he's kind of coming to you and kind of doing something because he has insecurities. But overall, this is more like, it's if I'm a guy and this is a friend of mine who's a guy and he's the one talking or kind of creating a certain like vibration that everybody knows that this girl or this guy has a crush on this, but the poor thing, he's kind of out of the other person's league or something of the sort. It's a lot of baggage elements I just released. So this one, it's like, if you're still with those people and this is resonating, change the environment you're in, because these are really not good friends. They're not good friends. They're not genuine, they're not humble, they're not honest either. They're always going to degrade you anyways. Well, it's important. If you know where you stand and you know what your worth is, then I'll say, if you knew your worth, you wouldn't be there with them. But for some of you, this is the scenario. It could be like shitty like this, a humiliation situation, as if I was humiliated for showing you my love. And based on how much in your ego you were connected to me, or how you were playing the game, this one, I don't know. Because perhaps you don't know who I am, or you know who I am, or there's an element of you look at me as if I'm out of your league, or you're already taken but I was not aware of it. None of my friends or none of my people who were my inner circle, let's say, people I trusted, but then again, it's okay. It's okay. Anyways, the important thing is that your person trusts themselves. Overall, that's what came the situation. At the end, I trusted myself. I knew what my truth was. I knew now. So it's more like I'm kind of, I'm protective of myself. I know what my self-esteem is, and I'm offering my new one to somebody else. So it's moving on. So don't worry about your person, okay? If you're already taken or you're already married or it was a shit show, this one, it was accidental, let's say, because I learned something about you. It's a bit humiliating for me because I told you that I genuinely liked you, but it's more like a rejection that it's like, I was judged. It's like, because I didn't know, I was judged that I didn't know. It's that kind of scenario, this one. Okay? So it's not accidental. It's not intentional. Your person didn't want to give you a shit show like that. Okay? I didn't want to give you that shit show. I apologize. I'm sorry. Okay? Your name was connected to mine. If you're looking at me as if like it's such a big bother, it's like I'm out of your standards or something of the sort, then your person didn't want to kind of like put you in that situation. If you kind of look at me as if I'm lower than you or I'm higher than you, or it's not the intention. This one was more genuine. It's just that people around took advantage of this whole situation because they're looking at your person as if they're under them. It's more ego showing, egoistic vibration, this one. Could be talking to leader environments. That battle for the throne, or that like status. What power does to people, or popularity does to people. I'm the popular one there. But then again, I don't know. I don't want to kind of like make you feel bad about yourself if you kind of do see this person as if they're like lower than your standards or something. Everybody is equal for me anyways. Just that you choose to kind of vibe to them or not. So now this one, it's either you chose not to vibe to them or you were kind to them. Just that the person was unaware that there's like a third party, or it's like the humiliating part is that I'm meeting your girlfriend there. As if like your girlfriend showed me that you're hers or something of the sort, or your boyfriend showed me that you're his kind of thing, okay? So it's more like, okay, like, okay. I had no idea. I liked you, so it could give you a boost of it, like an ego boost. I genuinely fancied you. But I didn't know you looked at me like that, or I didn't know people underestimated me. They overestimated themselves, but it's like... Anyways, it's not important, guys. This is the scenario. I didn't really want to kind of release this energy, and I didn't really want to say toxic or egoistic. It's not toxic necessarily. It's just people that around you have intense insecurities. They project those on you, but they're not aware that they're that energy, or on your person, basically. Okay, so you know which perspective you can take. Okay, be it you took the person and you looked at them as if they're outside of your league, as if it could be in your league or out of your league, or you're out of their league. Well, I don't know what the terms are, this one. Okay? Anyways, that's it. Okay, so that's it. Now, pile 2, whoever chose Golden Universal Tarot, welcome to your reading. I hope you're all safe and healthy in this time. So, for some of you, it could be linked with pile 1. Sorry, because when I was channeling pile 1, I couldn't stop looking at the Golden Universal Tarot. Okay? So, I'm gonna try as much not to link both of them, because I don't like to link. You are the one who's gonna link overall. No strings attached. I like to go that way. Okay, that's when I do readings. No, karma is already a string, basically. It's bondage all the time. So if I'm starting a new Celtic spread, I wish to kind of just release what is and not connect it, basically. So pile 2, just know what your intuition is. Okay, just take what resonates, discard the rest. I don't know who you are. I don't know who the person is. I don't know what the situation could be like. Okay, I'm just reading, and we're gonna be trying to read this from your person's perspective. But if it's resonating and you feel like this is your vibration, I'm reading from your perspective, then choose another pile. Sometimes it could be a reflection. I reflected the same thing as you did. Sometimes it's definitely a different vibration. And also, if ever I kind of judge you or discriminate you, it's not meant. Okay, so just click off whenever you feel triggered. Okay, you don't like me, don't like me. It's okay. You don't need to be on my channel. You don't need to support me either. I'm not asking those from you. What I'm asking from you is that if you're feeling frustrated, just click off. It's the end of the story. There's many other tarot readers, as many of my comments did mention that. So, and they channel better than me, then definitely they do. That's a matter of perception. Okay, guys? So just remember, just take what resonates, discard the rest. And I'm comfortable saying I don't know, because I don't like to lie to your face that I know everything. Okay, like I'm a mastermind here. I'm the skilled psychic type. No, I'm not. Okay, so was this intentional or accidental? Okay, so you have the Knight of Swords energy on a physical level, and in the reverse you have the Page of Swords and you have the Two of Pentacles. My challenge is the Two of Cups. The reason why it's the Five of Cups with the Ten of Wands and the Hierophant in reverse. In the initial energy, you have the Ace of Cups with the Temperance card and the the Justice upright and the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. They're really beautiful. The art on this, it's gorgeous. It's the same, but it's very nice. I don't know why. The initial, you have my big and major arcana. A lot of major arcanas. What is this? So you had the Magician with the Hermit in the middle section. Then you have like the ending, which is the Empress card with the Seven of Pentacles. I waited at the end though. I created something, but I was patient. So this one, Knight of Wands. Okay, so you have a person who's passionate about you, this one. I'm passionate about you. Doesn't mean that it's more like beginning phase. It's more like you kind of caught my attention, so... But I got a bitch slap from you, this one. It could be... Let's just keep it simple, okay? I don't know what the situation is. This one, it's more, could be I had somebody or I didn't. You will know that one. But was it accidental or was it intentional? Overall, the vibration I got is that it's very intentionally done, okay? I did this because I'm passionate about you overall, okay? It's just that I'm more old-fashioned. I kind of give it a try. I'm the risk taker type of person. I like to risk it. So be it I have something and I feel good with it or I'm not. It's a very like spontaneous energy, this one. I live in the moment, this one. And I act on it. I live in the moment and I act on it. The opportunity is there. I'll take it. Regardless of I have several people on the side or I have several potentials on the side, or it's like you're offering it to me. So it's more curious. It's more a person that likes to see their options. I allow myself many options. I'd rather take it and put it in my pocket than to kind of say, no, I don't want it kind of thing, this one. Okay, I'm that type of vibe, this one. So it was intentionally done. It came on strong overall, but I was juggling and I wanted to see how you were gonna react, okay? Why I did that is because it's now or never, okay? And I kind of, even if I have something, I want to see what I could have more. So I'm a bit greedy natured, okay? It could be the greedy natured. I'm greedy overall. I like to have plenty. I'm not satisfied with just one. Or just in case, I'd rather have two than to kind of, if I were to lose one kind of thing. So it's a plan B person. It could connect. I could be this way with females or males too. Okay? As I could definitely be just a person that kind of likes to play it safe always. Play it safe, but then again, it's like cover myself up. So if I have a clinginess or I need relationships in life, when I say clinginess, it can be triggering. So it's more like I'm not the type that's self-content overall, or I like companionship overall. I like companionship where I always need somebody to kind of make me feel good, or I need someone in my life so that life will kind of feel worth its moments. So it's family-oriented person. It could be that way. So I'm used to family life, or I'm used to companionship or roommate lifestyle, friendship lifestyle. It's not a solo person, okay? I'm not the type that goes solo my life. No, I need a person, always. This one. If it's not I need a person, I need to feel safe and secure. So I always make sure that I have more than enough. I have more than enough overall. And I like to test. It's like I have several types of people, or I have several types of contracts, let's say, and I test and I kind of read what I have, or I look at all the benefits, but I kind of like compare them. But I like to offer myself many opportunities. So it's that vibration, this one. It was intentionally done. I wanted to stimulate you so that I can see, I can get to know you, and I can manipulate you and another person at the same time. So my decision hasn't been taken yet. Okay, because my challenge is to come to a decision to be in a relationship with you or with the other person if there's another person, or overall if you're a good catch for me. Okay, or it could also be I'm testing you just to see if I have somebody. If this card, the challenge is that I'm already in a relationship. I'm not sensing it though. The challenge here is to found a connection with you. It's not a already founded connection. Found a connection with you, friendship, companionship. It's a companionship. So the other person, it's not a, as I mentioned, I like to have many potentials and then I will decide what I want to do. But I rather be safe than sorry, or I rather have many options than feel sorry for myself. That kind. Okay? So why it's that way is because it's more of an element of offering myself options, or it's like not regretting not doing it. So this is an opportunistic person overall. Okay? It's a person that knows what they were doing 100%. They were consciously doing it. Well, with the 10 of Wands energy, there's I'm passionate overall. Okay, I have a hot spot for you. This one, I did it consciously. I wanted to test the waters with you. So when I came towards you, it's more like I offered you this love in a very bold and enchanting manner. And it's like I was single then. So I was single, or I consider myself in a single situation, although people don't kind of see it that way, perhaps. I'm a bachelor, I'm a single girl, or a single guy. I consider myself that way when I was doing it. And then in the middle section, you have the Magician with the freaking Hermit. Oh. So I kind of showed you the way to kind of come towards me. I was consciously attracting you to me. I was trying to guide you to me, or teach you the way, or make you understand that there's a possibility. If you want it, I can give it to you, kind of thing. But I'm kind of guiding you there, but it's like with a more wisdom, as if I have more experience here. So if this is just simple, it's like I fancied you, I felt passion, or I was passionate about you overall. I have burdens at home, and it's more like I had a missed opportunity. So I'm kind of like curious and juggling with you and getting to know you. So I kind of perhaps was manifesting that I'm single and I want to offer you a new opportunity, but I was quite balanced and I was being truthful when I said that I want to offer you an opportunity. So when I did that, it's more like I also showed you that if you want it, I can manifest it for you, and I will give you I have the wisdom to kind of guide you there. So after I kind of showed you those things, because these were on a physical level, with the Empress, I sat there because I already kind of gave you all the tools in your hand. You just needed to tell me you wanted it, and I was gonna just give it to you. It's that way. It's very simple-minded, this one. This is a very spontaneous. I already did 90% of the job here. You just needed to give me that 10%, or that 50% of like meeting me, so that I can teach you how to do it. This one is funny energy. This is more like I have the wisdom. I have the, like, I'm like the magician. It's like I can pop something, where I can make something in front of you, and I have the knowledge to do it. I have the experience. At the end, I just waited because I knew that I already gave birth to something here. This was intentionally done. But it's more like it could be like short term as that could be long term. I don't know. I can't answer that portion. I can just say, yes, it's intentionally done. It was not accidental. And it was heavy on me, or I was like, my passion for you was a bit like, I kind of like was managing my passion element connected to you. And it's like, I didn't want this to be a missed opportunity. So I was more like, you had the Hierophant there as the reason why it's that way. Like, I'm traditional. I am traditional. But I'm more like, I don't want to say greedy. It's not the word greedy. It's more like I make sure I'm covered kind of thing. Okay? It's like a... I'm not going to say it's not a mastermind energy. It's more like it's a simple-minded person, but they're very opportunistic. They are action-oriented, and they rather be safe than sorry kind of thing. Be it I have people on the side, which I kind of consider potential. So I kind of might have like crushes or something of the sort. Or I have a passion element connected to you, but I'm not afraid to kind of go out on the dates. Perhaps going out on a date doesn't mean that they're going to be official with you overall. It's just that I kind of want to get to know you better. You want something, we need to work on it. That's the type. It doesn't just happen like this. But then again, I put the action, like baby steps. Your person does put the baby steps there. I wanted you to know that it's like, I'm going to take the... You want this, we go and get it. I give it to you. I have the wisdom. I have the experience. We can go at it. This one. Very interesting, okay? So... it was intentional. Okay? That was it. Now, pile 3, whoever chose Night Sun, welcome to your reading. I hope you're all safe and healthy in this time. So, guys, remember, I don't know who you are. I don't know who your person is, okay? Just remember that, you know, I'm just a human being like you are, okay? I'm not a psychic. I'm just trying to read tarot here. And just take what resonates. It could be your perception as it could be theirs. But when I'm reading this, I'm having faith that I'm reading it from their perspective. If you find that this is your perspective, you can definitely go back and choose another pile. Or not choose any of my piles. You don't need to watch. You don't need to force yourself to watch if you don't feel drawn to any of those piles. And if I trigger you or I trigger you about your person, you can always click off, okay? It's a matter of choice. And not get triggered overall, okay? I don't wish to trigger anybody, even though I'm unaware sometimes I do, okay? I do apologize. I'm saying it, I apologize. So, the question mostly is, whatever happened, either you stimulated me to react a specific way, I acted accidentally, or I acted consciously knowing what I was doing. Or was it more, I stimulated you and you want to know if I did it consciously or it was accidental, okay? So we're just going to see what the Celtic spread is going to say. So the main situation is the Fool with the Justice card in reverse. My challenge was the 8 of Wands. So I'll just release I channeled both cards, okay, in the middle section. It's more like with the Fool and the Justice card. It's more like I acted foolish, but then again, I was very, very, not only alert, but very aware. I had eyes everywhere. It's not you I was observing. I was observing the whole fucking room. How people were behaving, how people were reacting. People's behavior is connected to you and me, perhaps. But I was acting like I didn't see it. I was acting like the jokester. I was acting like I didn't belong there. I was transparent. But then again, the Joker always kind of attracts attention a bit, okay? So my challenges were the 8 of Wands, the 9 of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. Sorry. Reverse. Ace of Cups is reversed. The reason why it's that way, you have the Star card in reverse with one more. The Six of Wands. The Star with the Six of Wands. Very interesting, very similar. It's very grounded and rooted in reality overall. But it has an enchantment energy to it. In the initial, you have the Seven of Wands in reverse. In the middle section, you have the Queen of Swords. And then you have the Ace of Pentacles. So, it could also be, because I channeled a vibration, it's I stared at you, but you thought that I didn't stare at you too. It could be that way. It could be discreetly, like fooling around, let's say. It's not fooling around. It's more like nobody knows that I did this. Perhaps it's only between you and me, or it's very energetic, or it's subtle body. It's a person that's strong, okay? I'm strong. I know how to manipulate, or I know you feel it. I manifest, you feel my vibration. Yeah, I had 3 major arcanas, one after the other. Yeah. This one, I also know a guy that does this. He might be where he might not be. It's more like the stare has a smell to it. Or I don't know how to explain it. Let's just kind of try and explain this. I don't know if you've ever met someone in your life that when they observe you, I mean, it doesn't need to be just, it could be part of magnetism, or it could be part of attraction. I'm not that good with, attraction and all that kind of stuff. But this one, it's more like I felt it with one person very intensely. The guy had brown eyes and brown black hair. Now, every time, and he did it twice, the smell was it's not a smell, it's a sensation. It's combined with a vibration connected to it. Perhaps people who are used to seeing spirits and stuff, like, I don't necessarily see those, but it's like there is a saying for some that it's like if you smell, it's a spirit that's connected with a smell. Okay, it's a smell, and it's like it's your smell, or it could be subtle body. It doesn't need to be spirit connected. Okay, or your spirit has a certain subtle body that can manifest itself in perhaps an aura, or a color, or a smell, or a taste. This person's energy when he stares, it could be I saw him twice. Okay, I saw him perhaps do it on me, or he did it on another girl right behind me. Okay, there was a subtle connection there between those two, because I kind of examined them during 3 days, let's say. So and then there was once I got it from this person. So it's either I stare, and my stare has a certain manifestation. So it could be magnetism, as if like I've targeted you and you sense my eyes on you, but you know it because even if you don't look at me, you know it because you're smelling it. That kind, this one. It's like I could be 3 miles away from you, or like 2-3 meters away from you. I might be looking at you, I might be looking at a person behind you, but you sense you're in my vision field, or something of the sort, or it's I'm targeting you, you have no idea, but then again, it's you. This one is that way. So it's either this one, okay, it doesn't need to be I looking at you. I'm looking at you, but it's like I'm kind of, you don't know how to read my face. I had a poker face, perhaps. So you wanted to know if my poker face, like the eye contact was consciously done, or was it unconsciously? It was an accident. I was like, this one I was consciously doing it 100%. Okay. But for some of you, it could be that this is my subtle body. You sense my subtle body. Could be that way too. I haven't figured out the truth with that guy though. I haven't figured it out. But then again, it's very intense. It's a specific vibration. It smells and it tastes. It tastes. I don't know what they taste like, but the vibration tastes something. Let's say it's like you've met a stranger and it's like you've always smelled something, and it's not the room. The room didn't smell that way. Nobody put any perfume either. But there's a stare on you. You feel like you're stared at, and the staring has a specific taste or a smell to it. It's not just the consciousness element, okay? It's not conscious. I'm staring at you and I'm smiling. It's not that one. This one, it's more like you feel it. You're studying and there's somebody looking at you and you feel shivers or something, or you smell. It's smell and it's taste-wise. You taste and you smell something by breathing the air, okay? This one, you might have sensed that. Okay, so my energy body could be very expansive and it has a certain aura, a taste, or a smell to it. It's pheromones, perhaps, I don't know. Could be connected to that too. It's very similar to, let's say you see your friends are making out. You have a girlfriend and she's coming with her boyfriend and you kind of are in front of them in the restaurant and they're kissing all the time. And there's a smell of like that. It's pheromones, right? They have their smell. It's a vibration. It's an energy of intimacy and you're available because you're receptive to it, right? So it smells something. But this is equal that, but this is a stranger or it's a person you know, you're acquainted with, okay? We haven't necessarily talked with them or you talk with them, but it's work related or it's something of the sort that you need to kind of always interact with them or something of that sort. And this person is either looking at you or either looking at somebody else. It could be focused on you as it could be focused on somebody else. But this one here is focused on you, okay? I'm observing you, but I'm observing everybody in the room also. That vibration, I'm conscious of everyone in that room. I know it. I know they're there. It's that way. Very conscious person. And basically, you smell the pheromones for me. But I'm not necessarily kissing. I'm not having, like, it's just, it's available to you. And I'm not doing anything. I'm just there. I'm observing you. So it's that way, okay? So it could be one person to you, but this one, I'm aware of many people, but my main focus eye is on you, okay? I'm mainly observing you, but then again, I'm very aware of everybody around me. Why I have that is because with the star, perhaps my energies that intimidating, perhaps. I have an intimidating vibration to me, but I'm more success oriented. I'm more indulging. I'm more like, I embrace it. I kind of have an expressiveness to it, perhaps. And my challenge connected to you was more to kind of release a bit on the anxiety I felt. But then again, the challenge was to kind of master their passion element, come out from the darkness or the shadowy vibration. Ego, perhaps here. I might be egoistic a bit. I have a strong ego. Okay, I'm sitting on my throne, perhaps, this one. And challenge. What challenge could this be? Kind of see you anxious a bit, but it's not even that. I might be anxious because I'm trying to get out of my ego and offer you an element of love. So my challenge was to be more loving, connected to you overall, but then again, my vibration could have a certain impact. People around me might not feel comfortable, okay? I could definitely switch that energy to make them feel more comfortable, but I might have a good, I'm not going to say a good ego, but a strong ego. But this one, it's not 100% narcissistic. It's just very like coming from above kind of vibration, okay? As if like I come from above. It's not that you underestimate me, you overestimate me, but it's not overestimation. It's more like I kind of come on strong with people. Could be that way. Or my eyes are very intense. The person does have very intense eyes. Oh my god. Okay, so you have 7 of Wands in the initial energy. Then you have the Queen of Swords, and then you have in the near future Ace of Pentacles. It's a bit sarcastic, but I'm not. It's funny. It's a funny energy. Okay. So I did want to give you a try. Okay, but I wanted to intimidate you. But I wish to kind of be more centered. So overall, why I looked at you is because I was trying to fight myself, fight my ego side. I was observing you, even with that poker face on. I observed you wanningly. Okay, I did that because I wanted to kind of feel good. So perhaps me looking in your eyes or you looking at me makes me feel good. Could be that way too, this one. I feel good when you look at me, okay? But I have a strong ego. I have a big ego, okay? I also wanted to intimidate you though. It's all energetically done. Energetically, you were intimidated, or I wanted to intimidate you. That's my perspective. That was my intention, to observe you discreetly with a poker face, but I was observing you and everybody. I was observing everybody, but overall, my main focus was on you. Why? Because you make me feel good. I feel like I was succeeding in love or my passion. I feel good. Overall, I feel amazing. So you make me feel good. You look at me, you flirt with me, or you just observe me. The way your eyes look at me makes me feel good. Or I just simply like to be watched. It could be that way. But yeah, it could be that way too. Okay, so it's more ego driven. I like to be watched. And with the Star, it's more exude my power over you a bit. I have these tendencies myself. Okay, I'm saying there's a guy like that, but there is a guy I feel, but I feel that person is very similar to me in some way. So you have the 7 of Wands in the initial energy. It's more, look, I kind of I liked you, or I like you watching me. That's why I'm kind of trying to discreetly catch you looking at me, okay? But then again, it's like inside of me, I don't want to approach you from a heart space. I'm trying to be more rational, but I like you though. The person does like you. It's not that they don't. It's just that the way they're approaching is more like, I want you to understand that it's more like I'm not a joke. I'm very aware. So it could be I'm guarded. That's why I'm doing it. Or I have a very big character. It's a strong, grounded, wall, guarded character, but it's overall guarded because it's all inward energy. And I'm giving you a poker face, so I'm hiding it very well. I'm trying to hide it very well. If you saw through me, that's a different story. But overall, I'm more passionate about you. I'm more passionate. It's not necessarily love. I like you, okay? But I don't want to go in the heart matters. It's more mental work. I'm interested. I am interested, but we don't go heart matters, okay? Because I'm not going to get hurt here. And then with the Ace of Pentacles, it's more I wish to give you a try, or I wanted to give you a try. So I thought in that poker face moment when I observed you that I wanted to give you a try. So this is more me thinking in myself when I was doing it. So you could say this is more like what they were thinking about when they were poker facingly looking at you. I did it very discreetly, or I covered it very well. Like the jokester, or the joker, or the fool there. I was doing two things at once. I was doing two things at the same time. Okay? I was covering my face with a mask, but I liked you staring at me. I liked your attention on me. And you had A. So it could be A for some of you. okay? Could be A, initial. Doesn't need to be, but I like you watching me. But then again, there's no element of heart matters at that time in the middle. I wanted to give you a try. I decided I wanted to give you a try. That's where I liked you overall. But I liked you overall. At the end, it's more like I wish to kind of ground something, but I might not have done so. For some, it could be too late, or there were certain stuff I was unaware of, 100%. Okay, and if it's not A, it doesn't need to be, okay? It could be any letter. For some of you, I just kind of had the kind of like, you have Q and A. Question and answers overall, because this one has Q, but it's not Q, it's this symbol, and A. But overall, it's question and answers. That's how I look at it. So your answer to your questions was that I was discreetly or subtle bodily observing you, but not only you. You were the main focus, but everybody was stared at also. Everybody was away, it's like if we were in a circle or a meeting or we were a crowd, I was also conscious that what other people were doing. I was multitasking in that moment. When I was joking, perhaps, I was a multitasking. Okay, if I'm the jokester type, you know about it. Or if I was silently observing you, acting like I was not. I wonder, did I have a taste and a smell connected to the energy I send you? Like the guy there. So overall, it's very interesting to know that, but I don't know. This one, you felt a taste or a smell or both connected to you. You felt it. There was an intimacy like that. There's intimacy between you and me, but then again, the intimacy was also expanded on a scale. Okay? So that was it, pile 3. Now pile 4, whoever chose. Tao de Marseille. I already started the reading, so it's more funny, but then again, perhaps they're all linked. They're all freaking linked, this video. But just take what resonates, guys, okay? And if you were drawn to Night Sun and you're here, it could be connected. It could be your energy as it could be your person's energy. I don't know. You will know, okay? So, Tarot de Marseille, Strength card is here, okay? So I already shuffled it. So the question mostly was, is this intentionally done, or was this a joke, or was this like a coincidence? Was this an accident? Whatever I did, I touched you, I looked at you, you stimulated me and I acted a specific way, or I stimulated you and you acted a specific way. And you want to know if this was accidental or intentionally done, or it's like willingly done, or it's like I was really not aware, so it's all a freaking like accident, or it's coincidence, I was in another perspective overall, okay? So you have the main situation is the 8 of Wands with the 7 of Pentacles. They're both reverse. My challenge when I was doing what I was doing, okay, not doing anything is also doing something. Connected to you also, it could be that way, this one. I don't know why I channeled that, because usually I don't like to say that, but this one I'm playing with my perception and I'm linking stuff. So my challenge was the 10 of Wands. Is this Wands? Yes, it's Wands. And King of Swords. The reason why it's this way, you have the 9 of Pentacles with the King of Pentacles. A lot of like masculine and feminine vibrations, but I have like ones are masculine and it's passion driven, where it's action driven, and you have the pentacles, which is also action driven, but it's more feminine in vibration. Okay, but it could be feminine as it could be masculine. This one I can't go feminine only, because the earth is feminine. With it, whichever you kind of put in, it kind of creates something. So it's more like a womb element. But it could also be masculine because you need the seed put in the earth is also an earth element. So we can't go that way 100% all the time. This is how I channel, guys. I'm sorry, okay? Like, you don't need to understand what I'm saying. Okay, just be like have a certain flow of whatever I'm kind of brainstorming here. Then you have with the 5 of Pentacles, you have the 6 of Wands in reverse and the World card. The middle section, you have the 5 of Wands and the Queen of Swords in reverse. I have like King and Queen of Swords in this Celtic spread, and a lot of Wand energy and Pentacles. Okay, and then in the near future you have the Queen of Pentacles with the Ace of Swords. So very interesting. King and Queen of Swords are here. King and Queen of Pentacles are here. I have a lot of Wands energy. The only things I'm missing is the Cup vibration. But I have one more here. 4 of Cups on physical level. The ending is more like I'm telling you the truth that I'm not available. I'm telling you the truth that I'm not available. That's the ending energy. I don't know. We're going to see. It might change. Meanwhile, I arrive there. But this one. So with the 7 of Pentacles and the 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands, it's a very centered vibration here on a physical level. So whatever I did was that I was fighting, or I was showing you that I'm more centered within myself. But deep down underneath with the 7 of Pentacles, no, I was patiently showing you that I was attentive is the word to you, but then again, I'm centered in myself. So I know myself very well, and it's like I don't budge. I'm grounded like that. The reason why it's that way with the 9 of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles is that perhaps I'm working hard on being a good husband or a good boyfriend or a good person. So overall, this is more a person that has made up their mind. The intention was to definitely be more patient and not be defensive or kind of hurt you in that defensiveness, okay? Because I'm already an established man or woman. Okay, my challenge with the 10 of Wands and the King of Swords is more the energy of I will give you one for single people, okay? Because I don't like to always go like married person and you're single, because I don't want to kind of manifest that kind of stuff. But if people are here for that situation, I'll just give you the answer. But sometimes what I've realized is that if I channel certain stuff, I face them sometimes. I don't wish to deal with married men. But then again, if I need to deal with them, I'll deal with them. But for me, love life needs to be single. Okay, so if you're single, you want somebody single, right? Overall. Basically. So we'll just release one that's more single, okay? Because I don't like to go married all the time. Because I have like King of Pentacles here. So basically this one, it's more I'm working hard on my marriage, this one, where I'm working hard on my relationship, where I'm committed elsewhere overall. But my challenge connected to you is more to definitely make you understand that I have burdens in my life. I'm already married. I'm already like settled, and it's like you are a burden to me if I'm a happily married person or I'm with somebody. It's a burden for me to know that you like me overall. And my challenge is to not come strong on you. Not to kind of like play with your integrity a bit. Right? Because you're vulnerable. Or I'm sensing that you like me, perhaps. This one. So in the initial energy with the Six of Wands and the Five of Pentacles and the World card, it's more like I'm showing you right ahead that I'm married or I'm taken. Okay? So you have to understand that I wish to successfully reject you. I wish to successfully reject you. With the Five of Wands energy, it's more like it's even if I'm rejecting you, I still want to keep, it's like if I need to see you every day, or if I kind of pass through your shop, I'm a client, or if you and I work together, I still want that partnership to go. So it's ship to work. So I'm trying to kind of be more understanding with you. And but deep down underneath, it's more like I know I'm more stricter in the way I'm approaching you in underneath. And then in the near future with the Queen of Pentacles, it's more I'm kind of wanting to be the reliable type of man or woman here, and mention to you that, you know, your love is not necessarily accepted. Okay? Your love is not necessarily accepted. It's that way. Now, if I'm single, I'm a single guy or a single girl, and the king and the queens are not necessarily third parties overall. It's more vibrations I embody. So be it whichever way it was, it's more like with the Seven, I'm being more patient with you deep down, but on a physical level, there's an element of I'm centered. I know what my truth is, so I'm firm. Okay? Why so is because I'm more the type that's, responsible and a doer. I'm a doer, I'm a builder type of woman or man, and I'm the hardworking type, and I'm the independent type. Okay, so it's more like I ground the things and I work hard for them. I'm an overachiever kind of vibration, or I achieve stuff for myself. So I'm not the clingy type of person you think me to be. So if you want a girl or a guy who's gonna text you, who's gonna talk with you, who's gonna always keep you satisfied like that, I don't do those kind of stuff. I'm more silent type. I give you the silent treatment. Or if I need to communicate with you, I do it for the sake of the relationship, let's say. I work hard on the things that I find it's more like it's a farmer's vibe, and if it's not a farmer, it's a very hardworking person who's passionate about what they do, but they have the physical, the material experience. Okay, so it's more either I'm self-reliant, and I'm being like, I'm just being patient with you overall. So it doesn't need to be love relationships, this one. It's whatever I did, I was firm. There's no element of accident, or there's no element of, intentionally doing it. It's more, this is who I am. I'm trying to be patient with you. I'm trying to, assess the situation and firmly react to it overall. Okay? Why so is because this is the type of person I am. I'm a person that's a doer. I'm a person that has the experience, and I'm independent in that experience. I kind of know how to be independent overall. or how to make you feel more independent, or make you achieve that independence yourself, perhaps. And the initial energy, it's more like with the world, it's more like wake you up to the fact that you can definitely succeed, regardless of all the failures in your life, could be. And with the world card, it's more mentioned to you that it says there's always a new beginning in life. Be it with me, or be it with somebody else, or even if the way I'm kind of being firm with you is that I'm still acknowledging who you are. It's just that I want you to understand, and I want to succeed in the fact that, to make you understand that I'm not gonna go this way, because I'm not gonna lead you another way. If you know I rejected you, then keep that in your headspace, because I'm gonna tell you something that's contradicting that. But it's more like you can succeed if you hold on to the aspect and you ground it, so it's not giving up on the situation. And then I'm kind of observing you, or I'm observing how your work is gonna be, or what you're gonna decide on. But I'm going to look at it from a more intellectual manner. It's not emotionally linked. So if you're thinking that I'm loving you and I'm doing this because I love you, it's not that vibration overall. It's more like I rely on myself, but I'm a reliable person. And I want you to know that the truth is that you have to always meditate. You have to always, collaborate with people overall. Because number 4 for me, could be feeling stable in yourself, meditating on yourself, and not being too greedy emotionally. Or it could also be a rejection, as if like if it's a romantic situation, I'm making sure you understand that I'm rejecting you. And I'm firm on it, this one. I'm firmly rejecting you. Okay, so it's more that vibration. So whatever it was, my challenge was to kind of unburden myself and not be intimidating overall, because I might have an intimidating vibration to me. Could be that way. Okay, so you have those vibrations. If it's not a single person, it's the first one. If it's a single person, this person was firmly telling you that they're not interested. For some part, it could also be that I'm just observing you, giving me a try, perhaps. Or this one, it could, look, the last one I'm gonna say is if you're really interested in this person, and we're going more romantic, this one. More romantic, it's more like, look, I'm trying to kind of be firm, but I'm testing also how you're reacting, because I'm more approaching you intellectually and with experience. So this is the person that might have dated many people, or this is a person that doesn't need. When I say doesn't need, it's more like it's like the person looks at relationships in a more perplexed manner, because they're more down to earth, they're more career focused, or they're more independent. They know how to satisfy their own needs. Like if I need pleasure, I know how to give it to myself. If I need money, I know how to work hard for it. If I need emotional satisfaction, then I pamper myself. It's more like a person that's loved. It's more like family oriented. Or if I want love, I go to my mom. I love. If I want love, I know how to be loved. So it's more like it's more simplest person. It's a person that might like a good lifestyle, but the person doesn't cling on people overall. I'm not the clingy type, and I don't like people to cling on to me. I like people to like partnership, collaboration work, and sharing certain stuff. The person is okay. But asking more, it's like you need to be more closer to me to ask more, this one. So this is more job related. This is more like I'm rejecting you. This is more like I'm humbly trying to treat you like you're not less, you're not more. It's more like you're equal to me, but it's just my choice. I choose not to go with you, kind of thing. I'm consciously making you, I was doing this consciously so that that message would be transcended or kind of given to you, perhaps. This one, you will know if it resonated. You will know if it resonated. So that was it. pile 4. Now pile 5, whoever chose the Fountain Tarot, welcome to your reading. I hope you're all safe and healthy this time. So let us see if this person did whatever they did consciously, or was it more accidental, or I was unaware when I was doing it, okay? You will know, and if it doesn't resonate, that's still okay. If it's your perspective, you can go back to pile, pick a pile and choose another one. There's 5 piles. But then again, if none of them are kind of like calling you, you don't need to watch it, okay? And if it's triggering you again, you know what the routine is. Click off. Don't watch it. Until you kind of, if you want to definitely force it, then remember that you came here, but just taking whatever you need to hear, okay? If it's triggering you, then perhaps say that I don't know anything. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know why they're like that. I don't know anything. But I don't wish to hurt anyone, okay? So just understand that and don't allow yourself to get hurt by me. I won't allow myself to get hurt by you, okay? So it's that way we're gonna go. So did I do this consciously or unconsciously? Okay. So, pile 5. What's the main situation? This is the King of Coins. The main situation is the King of Coins. Upright. My challenge was the 10 of Coins with the 8 of Cups. The reason why it's that way is the 6 of Swords. I wanted to release something when I was observing you willingly. But why I was doing that is because I wanted to release, let you go, let the boat go, or just let it go. I wanted to let the situation go. Like there's a calmness and a calculativeness in the stare. But I'm still content the way I'm doing it though. With the King of Cups, King of Pentacles here, okay? In the initial energy, you have the 8 of Coins with the Star card. In the middle section, you have the Emperor in reverse with the Queen of Coins. And the 10 of Cups. This was more your husband doing this. This is more husband material, or like your husband or your wife or your husband, okay? It could be a woman doing that. Or you consider this person your husband or your wife. I don't know. 10 of Wands. And the 3 of Coins. I'm observing you. Because I need to let go of something. Like say malish, it's okay. Like it's okay. Perhaps it's okay. I don't know. You have the Hierophant. There's something I know though. I know something. I understood something. Or you and I are playing a game, this one. Or perhaps I understand the love you feel for me. I know that you love me or something of the sort. I know you fancy me big time. You have the 10 of Swords and the Magician. Where is the freaking 10 of Swords? There's a lot happening below, okay? It's like Pandora box open. It's definitely that vibration. Let's go more simple. Give me another reason why I'm doing this. You have the 7 of Wands. Okay, so I can't do this one. I don't know. Like this one, I'm sitting and I'm observing you, okay? Did I do this consciously or unconscious? I was observing you though. Why so is because I was like thinking if I should just like risk it all. It's like the King of Coins looking at a situation as if like, am I ready to lose it all and kind of risk it or just let it go? It's that vibe, this one. It's either I will work on you to create something fruitful out of it, because that's who I am. This is who I am. I'm a person that harvests, that works hard, puts the work there, and I'm not the lazy type of person overall. And when I'm observing you, it's more like I'm observing you. And if it's the King of Pentacles observing you, it's more like there's a project I'm thinking about. It's like you're like a project. You're like a land I wish to kind of harvest. It's that way. So be it you are going to be my employee. You're going to be my project. This is more contract, okay? It's more contract perhaps. But there's the 10 of Cups there. But it could be contract wise, okay? So it's more like I'm observing and I'm thinking if I should kind of go with you, go with the contract, or go with this choice option, risk it all. And it's like, wake up, it's like I'm perceiving what are the disadvantages here for me and what are the benefits. But this one, it's more like, should I take or not? This one, it's that way. Should I go, let go, or like risk all kind of thing? So it could be, okay, this one, it's not a question of is it intentionally done or not. The person might observe you, but when they're observing you, they're perceiving, okay, or reflecting. You know that stare you give to someone where it's like somebody asks you a question and you look in their eyes and your eyes are like fluctuating from one eye to the other, and they're thinking to kind of answer you something. This one is very similar to that kind. It's like I'm observing you with a smirk on the face perhaps, or not at all. It's more like I have a certain contentment there, but it's more like I'm trying to come to a decision. Palpable decision. Invest or not to. Okay? But like I'm already settled though. It's that way. It's either I'm already settled, or like I'm settled in a relationship and I'm kind of like thinking about risking all the risks and all the things I need to let go of. If I'm deciding to go with this option. But this one, there's no if I'm married, I'm more contract. Okay, I'm like a man and you're another man and we're talking contract wise, then we're thinking more contract wise, this one. If I'm single, I'm exuding a certain vibration that I'm the investor type of person. I'm an investor. Am I married? Three of Wands. No, I'm eager to start again. What an equal give and take. So this one, it's not they're not married. It's not a married situation, this one. This one is more I'm a divorcee or I'm single. But I'm the type that invests. I'm the type that takes the land. I'm not afraid to work on it. So if I take on a person, I'm not afraid to work on the relationship. Because I want to harvest it. So babies and children and family orientation, stuff like that. It's like healthy, wealthy, prosperous vibration. That's what the King of like Pentacles means for me overall. It could be greedy, but then again, where it's hardworking, it has expectations. It's more earthy vibration, grounded, down to earth. But it's like when the person's observing you, it's perhaps it could be, I might kind of be thinking. When I'm observing, it's like, you know, when you look at the thing that you're thinking about, because you kind of think by observing it, you're going to get an aha moment or you're going to make your decision faster. That's what your person's doing with you. I'm either looking in your eyes, thinking about the contract, should I go with it or not? Looking at you, thinking, should I go with you or not? It's like, should I let you go or should I risk? Get out of my comfort zone here. It's like a risk all, perhaps. If I, the type that's more that way, okay? Risk my time, basically. Waste my time, but it's risking it here. This one, it's more like life and death situation. It's more like a all way or nothing type of person, this one. Okay? And my challenge here with the 8 of Cups and the 10 of... It's either definitely bring it to a state of foundation. Or 8 of Cups, leave and like go the other way. Your person was like assessing the positives, the cons, and the pros when I'm kind of looking at you. So it's more staring and thinking, coming to a decision by staring at you. Okay, so it's that vibe, this one. And in the initial energy with the 8 of Coins and the Star, it's more like definitely thinking about like a lot of stuff. If I'm single type of man or female, I was really thinking inside my headspace, if I were to kind of work hard on this relationship, would it blossom? What's the final piece? It's like I really observed the cons and pros here. And I was observing you. So it's like if I know you or if you're an acquaintance of mine or if I'm observing you and how you're reacting to me, it's kind of giving me certain information. I'm definitely kind of getting my puzzle pieces so that I can assemble them and be hopeful perhaps, or have faith in working hard perhaps, or I'm observing you and I'm thinking that you're the hardworking type. So it could be several ways. It's more like I'm perceiving you of like looking at the type of businessman you are or something of the sort, if I'm a businessman myself. Or I'm looking at how reliable you could be or how hardworking you are. Or it's like if you wish to work hard on the relationship with me kind of thing. So it's more silence. It's like imagine there's a room full of people. Your person, it could be a guy or it could be a girl. The guy is looking at you and thinking. Now, if you know I'm single and you know that I'm kind of like interested in you from like a bit. It's like I look at you, I don't flirt necessarily that much, but I'm the bold and investing type. And I'm looking at you and I'm kind of like perceiving, should I go for somebody like you or not? Okay? It's like I'm trying to look at you. You might look at me, you might smile at me, you might not smile at me, but you can hold the gaze. Could hold the gaze, or you don't have any idea, but you're seeing me, or your friends are catching me looking at you. And I'm kind of, meanwhile I'm doing that, I'm thinking, should I take the risk to approach you or not? Now, if I'm risking it all, then I'm definitely the all in. It's just that I need to make the decision. I'm more reflective by nature. Now, my challenge connected to you is either I fancied you a bit, let's say, because I'm looking at you. So I like you a bit, or you catch my eyes that I'm kind of like sitting down and trying to kind of come to a term if I want to sign the contract or not. Okay. Okay, it's more grounded vibration. It's more contractual, or it's more like, should I risk it or not? Should I buy the land and invest, like work on the seeds or work on the relationship? Okay, I'm observing what I'm looking. It's like, perhaps I've been observing you for quite a long time. You've not seen it. But when I'm observing you, I'm kind of looking at how strategic you are, for some of you, how well you dance on the pool. I don't know. There's an element of pool dancing here. But I don't look at you as if you're a slut if you do pool dancing. No, you're not like a whore for me. I'm interested in seeing what you have to like, what are your kind of pros and your cons? Okay, how hardworking of a person you are, how intelligent are you at assembling certain stuff, and how artistic or faithful you seem. Okay, or I'm looking at you as if, like, if I were to work hard on you now, will there be any entertainment? Perhaps entertainment, harvest, achievement kind of thing. Now, this is on a physical level. Then in the middle section with the Emperor, the Queen of Coins, and the 10 of Cups, it's more like I'm the self-sufficient type, but I'm looking at you if you are the self-sufficient type. And with the Queen of Pentacles, it's more like I'm more grounded when I'm approaching you. So I might have collaborated with you just to see how you and me work. And with the 10 of Cups energy, it's more on a physical. I do see achievement. I do see a flow between you and me overall. Okay? And then in the near future with the 10 of Wands and then the 3 of Pentacles. So it's more like my burden here was to kind of communicate with you, but that was a burden for me. So communication was a blockage here. I wasn't able to communicate with you, or my challenge was overall to come to a decision, either to give up on you or kind of like found something with you. So overall intention, this one, it's not intention. This is more perception work, okay? This is more like looking at the fact if I should invest in you or not. But the answer, there's no answer this one. It's more like I wanted to communicate with you, but 10 of Wands, it's either you look burdensome, you looked burdened, or you looked exhausted. I said, it's okay, I'll not bother you today. But then again, I might not have seen you. But I'm not look, this one, I didn't take the risk. I didn't make the decision. And even if I made the decision, I didn't act on it. I was taking it slow and steady, having faith that there'll be another time. I'll see you. But I don't know what happened afterwards. So this one, whatever it happened with the person at that specific time, I was observing you, but I was coming to a decision. For some, I was still reflecting. I still wanted to talk with you and get to know you better more. But then again, perhaps I might have realized that you were more closed off, connected to me. You might have been more closed off. Even if I were to talk with you, you were not comfortable talking with me. Could be. You were shying away, perhaps, but it's not even that. You were burdened with something, perhaps. Or I was burdened with something. Or I was working, but then again, I wanted to talk with you. Could be that way, too. There's many scenarios, this one. And for some of you, it could definitely be a married man in a strip club or something of the sort. For some of you, I'm observing you because I'm kind of wishing to let go of my stress and just like all the things that I've done at work. My challenge when I came here was either to go back home drained and still with the negative thoughts that I had, or with the 10 of coins more founded or more established, let's say. So I don't know why I channeled the strip club this one. If I'm a man, I came to a strip club. Because I have like the star card with the pole. So it's either a strip club. If it's not a strip club, it's a show. You guys are paid legit. It's not a strippers. We're not talking about strippers, or it's not a strip club. It's more you're an artist. You're a known artist. You're a dancer on a pole. You're a professional pole dancer. I'm kind of observing you, but I might be married man. I might be an investor. Okay, I'm an investor. I want to sign a contract with you. But then again, it's more like I'm happy because I found myself a trophy. And in the near future with the 10 of Wands, it's more like it's a burden for me. So perhaps you look burdened with me, perhaps, but I wanted to communicate with you, or I was busy with work so that I didn't necessarily reach out yet. Okay, for some of you, it's that way. I have the strip club, I have the professional artist, okay, and I'm an investor. Or I could definitely be a man who's married. Usually they go there, but it's not only men that go there. It could be females too. But men that go to those places to just release themselves, right? So I was happy I was released. Usually I'm the self-content type and I like to go see my wife. But today I just kind of needed to see... you know, I worked hard, so I wanted to kind of like buy myself this. I don't know if the person likes to go to brotels or if they like dancers or entertainment like that. You will know if it's all situations you just take, okay? I channeled like Jennifer Lopez's movie. I haven't watched that one though, but it's about like strippers or people that kind of pole dance, but it could be linked with that. It's very strongly linked with that. There's still a lot of prejudice about it, but overall it doesn't mean that because you're a pole dancer you're a whore or a stripper or something of the sort. But if it's your job, then I'm saying it's your job. It's a fact, right? I don't kind of condemn anybody because it's a choice, and for some of you it's you like doing this. We can't like say certain stuff. You just need to accept it. If you want to change it, you can definitely change certain. I'm not encouraging anything, guys, okay? Just so you know. So basically, this one, there's many ways to go at it, okay? So I was releasing myself, and then it's more like I needed to go back to work or I needed to go back home. So that's where the blockage is. Either my wife had did something, so it's more like... I had an argument with my wife, or it's just a hard day at work, perhaps, and I just wanted to kind of watch people. So I was watching you, and it's definitely, I admired your skills overall because you were so good at what you were doing, okay? And I wanted to talk or chat with you overall, but then again, with the 10 of Wands, it's more like I looked at it as if it's a burden, or I needed to go somewhere, or I was busy with work. Okay, so I had many ways to go at this. I could also be a female, okay? You could be the stripper or the professional dancer also. Or you could be a guy and I'm a girl and I'm observing you and I'm trying to think if I should go with you or not. Okay, you should be a good catch for me or not. I could be a sexy Taurus or like a Virgo or like a Capricorn man, okay, and observe you like that and still think, should I invest in you or not? Because I know for a fact earth signs do that. If I'm going to invest in you, should kind of like, I should assess. If it's a land I wish to take care, nurture, like, you know, if it's going to give me something, or it's just like a short-term element of one night stand. Or it doesn't need to be any earth sign, okay? It could be any sign with any placements in any sun, Venus, Mercury, or whatever. And, you know, I kind of wish to have something for the long term. My contract, which will be marriage or business, okay? Because marriage is a business at this point for me now. It's like convinced it's a contract. It's based on needs. It's like business. We love each other. It's even better because, you know, love makes things more easy. But then again, for going work-wise, it's a full-time job. Marriage, being a father, it's a full-time job. So are you worth, you know, it's not are you worth, it's more like, should I invest in you? Should I nurture? It's that way. It's like, should I nurture? It's like I'm perceiving this one. It's not intentionally done as it could be, but it's more like I'm seeking for a partner, perhaps. I'm seeking for a land to purchase. I'm seeking for something I should either invest in or not, basically. That's it. Okay? So hope it resonated, guys. I hope it was not too confusing. If it was, I apologize again. What do you want me to say? So thank you very much and see you next time. Bye.